baby, you got one time to play with me now.
Right, and I deserve for you to get it right the first time.
Now, if it's something small, okay, that's different. But like major things, baby, you only got one time to play in my face.
Yeah.
And recently that happened, and like got cut off, and he didn't know what to do. He's like, damn, you just threw me away. I'm like, it's not that because I don't care about you and I didn't like you. It's just you're playing with me.
Yeah. And what's that? It was a DMX quote. He said, the first time people tell you who they are, believe them.
Believe them. Believe them. Like, what?
That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. Tell me how you feel. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. Black excellence at its finest. How that skin glow, she's a true diamond. With the world at her back, she's still smiling. Never let that crown till she stays thriving. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. Keep it real. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. Is that really it though?
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to That's It, That's All. My name is KC Carnage, and I'm your host. And today, we're going to talk about something that I think is super important, and that is protecting your MFN peace, because that is very important. Just, being able to center yourself, alleviate distractions, and just get to a point in your life where you can move in coordinates to what you want in your life. And sometimes blocking out those things that don't serve you, that's a part of protecting your peace. So that's what we're going to talk about. And y'all, we got our usual suspects on the show today. We got Breona, Dewitt.
Gang, gang.
We got Ellen Branch.
Hi.
And I just want to jump right into it. Before, the term protecting your peace gets thrown around a lot. Yeah. So I actually looked it up.
PYP.
Yes, I actually looked it up. And so when I looked it up, the definition that came of protecting your peace is safeguarding your physical, mental, and spiritual self in ways that you define it for yourself. So your peace, that's basically saying that your peace is not somebody else's peace. Some people live in chaos. Somebody needs to live in isolation. And that is just as important depending on what you defined it for yourself. So, but the most important thing that I read was that when you spend the time to focus on achieving your peace in your life, you learn to build a more significant relationship with yourself and how you respond to things in life. And that was that was something that I literally I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And I think that comes with a lot of maturity. And when you learn yourself more and you actually can be alone, because some people have a hard time being by themselves, you know what I mean? Actually cutting out the noise. And it was funny. Well, not necessarily funny, but it was very interesting that the definition really came about when you're protecting your peace, you're really initially getting to know yourself. And that comes with knowing what you want and how to move and how you react to things. Because if you don't know what you really want, how can you react in the proper way? So let's just jump right into it. Tell me a few things that y'all do to protect y'all peace.
Go ahead.
Okay, for me, it's setting very firm and clear boundaries and not wavering on them. I used to have a bad habit of setting boundaries and then because I like the person that I let stuff slide. I don't do that anymore. Clear boundaries, respect them. If you can't respect them,
Gotta go.
I'm out. Gotta go. Gotta blast. Yeah.
What is that from though?
Jimmy Neutron.
Because my brain was like, I know that.
I gotta fucking go. You can't respect my boundaries. I gotta go. That's probably first and foremost. And then also just self-love. I take myself on dates. I make sure that I'm in love with me and who I am, because how can you protect something that you don't love and respect?
Agreed.
So
Snap, snap, snaps.
yeah. So once
All right. Ellen, how about you?
Protecting my peace. I like to be alone. I was the only child until I was 11 years old. So my happy place is in my room, watching TV, with the door closed, because some people got problem with closed doors. No more locked doors. I ain't locking it. I close it though. But I think beyond that, it's more so creating relationships with people where they have the opportunity, if I feel comfortable with them seeing me at every facet. So y'all have seen me good, bad, indifferent. I don't fuck with y'all hoes. I love y'all, but I don't fuck with y'all. But that's me trying to still have a relationship, but protecting the part of me that feels vulnerable or fragile. So I think beyond, isolation, because that's what I lean into. Yoga is really good for me because I can get out of my head and in my body and just move and do something that at the end of it I'm sweating and I feel good and the endorphins are flowing. So those are the 3 main things that I try to do to protect my sanity.
Well, that's what's up. I mean, I guess for myself, I am a very blunt person. And I feel like when something is bothering me, the only time I can't see clearly is if I'm holding it in or I'm trying to wait to whatever it is. I've always been a very good communicator. Y'all know, y'all gonna know what's on my mind. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell it, I'm gonna say, I don't care. And I think that sometimes people take that as you're being brash or you're being rude. It's really me protecting my peace. I have to stand firm in what I believe and what I say and what I don't want. And if y'all don't understand me by now and know that it doesn't necessarily come from it comes from love. It always comes from love, but it's also there's a separation between, wanting to keep everybody happy around you opposed to putting yourself first. And I think that because I put myself first a lot, people misconstrue that as, oh, she's always on her own accord. I was like, no, I put myself first to be the betterment for the rest of y'all. Because if I don't put myself first, I can't be the authentic Casey that y'all know. I can't be the good friend that that will come to you when you need me to come to, because I haven't taken that time to say, no, I don't want to do this, or no, I'm not. I don't agree with that. So I guess for me, how I protect my peace is really keeping myself grounded, saying no when I mean no, boundaries. And not doing boundaries and not doing the things that I don't want to do regardless of what people have to say, because y'all can tell, okay, y'all know I don't care. I don't care. It's y'all know I don't care. Yeah. So it's never, I always want people to know that it never comes out of being I feel like I'm better than anything or whatever. It's the fact that some people deal with battles that they will never tell. You know what I mean? We talk about the anxiety thing. Some people do things out of anxiety. I can't be here. Yes, everybody going. Yeah, it's cool. Yes, I told you I was going to be there. But I woke up today and body said no. You know what I mean? And I think that's a part about, protecting your peace, being honest with yourself and, honoring what you're feeling at the time you're feeling it. So that's what I guess. So so my next question would be, what, kind of relationship do you have with yourself, good and bad, or good or bad?
I feel like the last 3 years, I've really worked on loving myself and making sure that I'm good. And like Ellen said, I enjoy actually being alone now, so that anybody who comes into my space, are you adding to my life? Are you adding to what I already enjoy? Or are you causing more trouble? Because if you're causing more trouble, you're not going to be there. You have to, now I'm at a point in my life where if you're not adding to my space, my happiness, my overall being, you won't be there. And I have no problem cutting you off and don't have to explain myself. And people are like, oh, you just cut me off. I'm like, I did, yeah.
And you have that right.
And
people forget that too. You do have the right.
People are used to
not explain yourself.
People are so used to having multiple chances to do you wrong and do wrong by you. And I'm like, baby, you got one time to play with me now.
Right, and I deserve for you to get it right the first time.
Now, if it's something small, okay, that's different. But major things, baby, you only got one time to play in my face.
Yeah.
And recently that happened, and got cut off, and he didn't know what to do. He's like, damn, you just threw me away. I'm like, it's not that because I don't care about you and I didn't like you. It's just you're playing with me.
Yeah. And what's that? It was a DMX quote. He said, the first time people tell you who they are, believe them.
Believe them. Believe them. Like, what?
But it's true. But it's true.
DMX with you.
Right? It's true though.
No, it is. It's 100% true, because I guess the relationship with self and whether it's good or bad, the thing is especially as you get older, there's a lot of things that people. Look, I guess the point that I'm saying is that, okay, so especially this happens when you know people for a long time. I think this is when the gray area happens.
Yep.
Because they've known a version of you that they gotten used to. And when you come into your own and you decide to really put yourself first and really go after your goals, you got to understand, I ain't that person. I was
me gotta die.
She don't live here no more.
Yeah.
She don't live here no more.
And I'm going to be selfish, a little bit more selfish than I used to be. And I'm going to put myself first in situations where I normally wouldn't have. And you're going to have to accept that. And some people can't handle that. But also that shows a lot about them and who they are and what they think about you and where they are in their life too.
Because it's two types of people.
I don't have to deal with the person that if you choose not to grow.
That's on you.
You can't come with me then.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, and it's two types of people.
And that's okay too.
It's the person that always goes back to who they was in high school. And be like, oh, well, this is how I was in high school. This is the kind of vibe I had in high school. This is the kind of energy I was in high school. But that was the peak of their experience, right? Whereas me and you, and I'm sure KC,
so many people peaked in high school.
I was a geek in high school. I was a ugly duckling in high school. So that was not my peak.
I was cool.
Okay, well, that was your peak then, whatever. But that was not my peak. I had friends who were popular, but me in and of myself, I was not that girl. Like, I could traverse different friend groups and not feel like I didn't belong, but at the end of the day, I didn't have solid friends.
I feel you. No, I feel you. No, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel you in that because I necessarily didn't think I was the prettiest girl in high school. I just was an athlete, and I, like we had good friends. And I'm a good person. I'm an inviting person. So when I say I was cool, I was joking. Like I was cool, but I didn't feel like I came into my own until I got to college.
Yeah.
So I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Like it was when I got to college and moved out of Jersey and was beating around Maryland, and I didn't have my best friends that I've known since forever, and I really had to become who I wanted to become in that life. But at the same time, that Casey is still a different version than the Casey you're seeing today. So when people come back at you, it's like, well, you used to do this. I was like, I wish somebody tried to throw something in my face that I did 10 years ago. She don't live here no more. and dot. She gone.
She dead.
R.I.P. The gravestone is over there. I'll show you to the plot.
She's dead.
She's dead. And that's the thing I think people like, like going back to, the topic is that people that haven't reached a certain level of higher thinking or higher learning are actually doing the work. They want to pull you back down. They want to pull you to a level where they are or they haven't elevated
Misery
to.
loves
And
company.
baby, you're not going to do that over here.
Yeah. But I think that's the part to consider, because the people that try to pull you back down want you to be in that same thought process so they can do the same things that they did to you before. And like for me, I have a lot of friends who I don't even talk to anymore. If they hit me up, I'll be like, hey, how are you? But as far as rehashing and reminiscing on stuff that I did in high school, college, I'm a different person. I mean, I'm a different person than where I was when you met me 2 years ago. So
yeah, you had hair.
You're beautiful. Anyway, KC, for all the people out there who is hating on the short, teeny weeny Afro girls.
She little Annie now.
KC don't like you Afro.
I mean, at least I told you to your face, friend.
She
but
told me,
she's
she said,
still
"I don't
beautiful.
like it."
She's still beautiful. She's so beautiful, and she's one of my best friends, and I love her to death.
This is
But
the first time you cut your hair, though.
No, it's not.
But yes,
she was.
I was bobbing and weaving.
She was bobbing
Now
down
she's
there.
tomorrow. I love you tomorrow.
No.
That's what she
She was like,
it's hard
Both of y'all. Because I was...
kicked. 30 kisses. Get kicked.
All right, Daddy Warbucks.
Okay. Back to this. Oh, God. This is what happens when you try to talk about serious stuff with your actual friends.
Nah, man, this is a podcast. You're supposed to be going off. You're supposed to be.
But overall, I think that's the part that resonates with me with what you said, of just being like a different person and allowing yourself to have friends that get to see you in all of your different facets. So I feel like with y'all have got to see me pretty much through all the phases of who I am as a person that I know of at this point in my life. But moving forward, y'all might be my friends, and then when I have kids, y'all be like, fuck them kids, because we already talked about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, and that's okay.
And that's fair.
But we can be well.
I'm ready to be the rich auntie, so I might not be fucking kids all the way, just 50%.
Okay.
Just don't bring them out.
50-50.
I'll visit you.
You don't want me to bring my kids out?
I'm just joking. I actually love kids. I actually really like kids.
I love kids.
I actually really like kids, so definitely have some.
And my brothers, y'all watching, y'all need to hurry the fuck up too.
Definitely have some. I mean, I'm good with my
I'm not having
cat.
none, but y'all need
I'm
to
good
have
with
some.
my
My
cat
three
son.
brothers, like, somebody gotta have
But like, I really like newborn babies. I probably would like your baby more than I like the actual kid, to be completely honest.
So it's a baby versus a kid.
I love a baby.
Okay.
I love a little.
and I love a toddler.
Okay, see,
Right.
you like toddlers.
See, so you got stages. See,
Okay.
so we're here.
I like talking.
Okay.
to kids.
We're here.
Like,
We're here. But like, I feel you on that. So let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Has
Yes.
somebody rattled your piece?
Yes.
The
And when I was not in a place like mentally and emotionally, as far as like therapy, you know, stuff like that, it had me fucked up. But as a result of the time and effort I put in, and that's what I was going to mention as far as like shadow work. Like people aren't ready to do that. Even if they don't have education, even if they just graduated high school and they went and got a vocational job, majority of people out here in this world just, I am the way I am because I am. But they don't do the shadow work to be like, well, why am I this way? Why do these things trigger me? Why is this happening to me over and over and over in my life? So I've done that work. So before I did that work, that person would have me out ripping and running and looking
let's
crazy.
be real though. Like that work doesn't stop. It's a continuous work.
But
and
being
I think,
aware.
No, totally. No, I'm just adding on to what you're saying because like don't not for one moment think that like as you're elevating and as you're evolving that work stop. Oh, I did it. I want to think. No, it is a constant
For sure.
game
For sure.
and a constant learning mechanism that because your life changes. Where like I mean, just think about like where you were even last year.
Yeah. Well, I think this time, so if I think about the situations that I have willingly put myself in the past year, I think that there have been instances in which if I had have experienced those a year ago, I would not be mentally and emotionally prepared for it. So that's what I meant with the shadow work. I meant with understanding that like, if you don't know, like you said, what you need, how you need to move through life, then when you look at somebody else and they're not treating you the way you want to be treated, you don't really have nobody to blame but yourself.
Girl, don't I know it? Like I'm
So-
definitely guilty of it. Like just like for a long like I guess what I can say is that I have been very good at being a chameleon. Like I'm smart, I'm an educated woman, I'm articulate, I can move in any crowd I want to move in. As far as internal work, there's been a lot of dark spaces. There's been a lot of times where I've doubted. There's been a lot of times I looked at something, it's like, why do I keep hitting this wall? I'm able to take, I've always been a person where I've able to take an idea out of my head and execute it. How it's gone or how far it's gone, it, you know, sometimes it didn't quite work out the way I worked out, like wanted to work, and it caused a lot of self-doubt. You know what I mean? It caused a lot of like, why can't I was like, I can get to B, but I can't get to that C place. Like why, you know what I mean? And it took some time to understand that like it's a part of learning the journey, like enjoying the journey. Like each time I do something, I've learned something else that has helped me in the next project I've done, and I've gotten a little bit further. And because I have those skill sets, and most of them, you know, outside of my degree and outside of like whatever, most of that is self-taught and perseverance. And every time I say to myself, like, do I have more? Like, do I even have more to give, or do I have any more? It takes sometimes a long time to like get out of that rut, you know what I mean? But there's always a sign. Like I literally like God talked to me the other day in the shower, like no like lie. And it's like I've been like, I wouldn't say that I'm religious, but I grew up in a religious home. You know, I'm more spiritual mix. Like I'm like a hybrid between religion and spiritual because I still do believe in science stuff, but I do believe that there's a higher power. I was in the shower and, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on with my family right now. And I literally like heard this whisper and was like, and I was feeling like I wasn't getting invited places. Like I think it was a day where I was asking my friends, you know, what was going on. I felt like I wasn't getting invited or whatever, or I was being forgot about or something, or I feel very isolated lately. You know what I mean? And it literally said to me, it was like, God has put you in isolation because it's time for you to get to work. And when you're getting put in these spaces internally because you're used to, like, we're going back to like what we're talking about, who we used to be. You know what I mean? Like me and Bri ran the streets. Bri has known me when I was like, Bri, let's go. Bri, let's go. We got this.
COVID.
We got this. No, but I'm saying like for real.
COVID
Like every
COVID stopped us
day.
in our tracks.
Bri knew every day I had an event. We was in the
somewhere.
hills. We was in, you know what I mean? Whatever. And that has
shit.
completely halted for me. And that's been hard. Like to be honest, like it's been hard. Like feeling like
Because you're very like feeding off of people's energy. You're very
Right.
like in the mix, and it makes you feel alive.
and it makes me
in those
feel
moments.
important, and like and that's my ego. Like I felt like my ego wasn't being served, but it literally, like, God spoke to me. It's like, I've put you in isolation because it's time for you to get to work. And once I put that in,
so it was the opposite for you. Silence rattled your piece, not
silence
people.
rattled my peace.
It was the opposite.
silence rattled my
Yes.
peace, and I had to. And I think like when I got that message, I was like, that makes sense because I have so many moving pieces going on in my life of what I'm
and your life
building.
went still. He was like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was just like, no, I put you in this space because you have way more important things to worry about right now. And when you're ready for those calls and stuff to come back, they will.
Yeah.
So that was my experience. It was more so like that was my situation
Yeah.
as far as rattling my peace because, you know, I ain't so silent, girl.
Yeah, mine was right before I moved out here, I was in a relationship with this guy. And I was in a very toxic, abusive, physically, mentally, emotional relationship. And when I tell you this man gutted me to the core, like I was just a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was, where I was. The only thing that got me out of that situation was my will to live. It was
Just
like
survival.
literally survival. It was like, Breona, if you don't leave, you don't get out of this rut that you're in. He had me isolated from my family, my friends, my brothers, everybody, people who I talked to on a daily basis, like every day, and then went from going to talk to them every day to not talking to them for a year. I was, oh my God. Literally my will to live was like, Brian, if you don't leave him, he's going to kill you. And that's literally how I felt. And that was the only thing that got me out of that situation. But even then, once I left, I still felt empty. I felt hollow. I didn't know who I was.
Because he had reinforced a lot of things that.
Yes, he manipulated me. Textbook manipulator. Textbook. And I was younger too, and he was an older guy. So like, but I just didn't know who I was, and I was just like, the last 5 years that I've been in LA, I've just been like doing the work, just taking care of myself and getting back to me. And baby, I promise you that if that ever happened again, the response will be a lot.
Can I ask
You ain't even got to worry about that because you share our location, so we gonna pull up.
So let me ask a question about that,
Going a
Bri.
year with y'all not talking for a year, y'all will pull up trying to figure out what's going on.
Let me
checking
ask
in
you a
on you.
question on that though, Bri,
Yeah.
because it's like disregarding the signs. Like, how did he get you to that place? Like, what about this particular person or situation?
I definitely ignored hella red flags with him before the physical abuse even started. He was just a shitty person, but he was exciting. He was fun. He was because the guys that I was dating before were just very like vanilla, very regular, and I'm like 23, 24, so I was.
He was looking for some excitement.
He was exciting.
Yeah.
The guys I was dating before were just very, they were very vanilla. They
Bland.
they were very bland. Yes. So he was exciting, and so that was what drew me to him initially. But there was hella signs that I should have like been like, okay, Breona, you probably shouldn't talk to this man. He's kind of toxic. He's kind of shitty person. Like, leave him alone. But then once I got hooked into him, then once he was able to, like, once he knew he had me, that's when the abuse and stuff started. It started like 6 months in, so I dealt with just a year of abuse. But that was a long year for me.
Feels like forever.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I had put him in jail and everything. It was a lot. And I was like, never again will I let somebody get me that far away from myself.
Well, before you go into that, because I feel like it's a segue into my next question. How, when you're in these situations and you're in these, things, how did you have to take your power back? And what did you do to take your power back? Because I feel like that's a part of, protecting your peace
I
too.
removed myself.
Yeah, I had to. That was literally the only thing. That was the only way that I felt like I could do was to leave.
Yeah.
And I just had to just do it. There was no like, oh, what's my exit strategy? I had to just go. Like, I literally just had to go.
Yeah, I feel like we was all going through that like during COVID and then a little bit after, because that's pretty much what happened to me too. Like, I was in the thick of it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna try to force it, but like force the puzzle pieces to sink down into each other, right? We already felt like we
bitch,
matched,
don't fit.
like, but they don't fit. Like,
don't
a square
fit.
peg in a round hole just don't
it
work.
just doesn't work.
So
yeah.
like at some point I had to allow life to happen. And I had to make a decision based off of that. And I think a lot of times when we're in those situations, we get anxiety out of the fear of, oh my gosh, what's going to happen if this happens? What's going to happen if he retaliates against me? What's going to happen if they run up on me and I got to defend myself? What am I going to do? But then let that play out, because realistically speaking, letting it play out leaves you outside of the decision-making process, right? Because now all you have to do is be responsible for yourself. So that's what happened to me. 2 years ago,
See, I'm kind of the reverse. I've always been in a place where I felt like I had to be responsible for everybody. So me taking
all
my
that.
power back was me saying, nah, I'm not gonna do this, because like, even in my relationships, even my friendships, like I take on that with like what needs to be done. Like like I remember like me and one of my friends had a conversation where she was like, she made a comment about, and we, she's gonna see the episode, but she made a comment about, well, you keep making this comment about how I don't do anything, and that makes me think. I was like, well, if you think about it, is that like I don't feel, and that's not anybody's fault but my own. I had to realize that that's not anybody's fault but my own. That's because I take on to this, is that I don't have the luxury to just show up and chill.
Yeah.
When I show up, I'm gathering plates, moving furniture, cooking, doing this stuff. Like I don't have that.
That's what
So
you used
maybe
to.
my
Yeah.
subconscious, maybe it was a little jab, you know what I mean? But that's really not her fault. You know what I mean? That you chose to
Because
just come.
because
you know what I mean?
she asked you, would
Right.
you let me do? Like,
Right.
no, probably not.
Probably not. So like for me,
can't
it's
be-
the
yeah.
reverse. It's like me finding my peace is like I have to realize that sometimes it's okay to just show up. You don't have to feel like you have to
Hold the charge.
hold
with
the
everybody
charge,
else's stuff.
or also too not giving people the chance to do it. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot like I'm kind
They
of
might
low-key-
surprise you. People
right,
may
they might
surprise
surprise
you.
me. So for me,
They
that's
most
what I
likely
was
don't though.
Word.
I mean, yeah.
but true.
I mean,
but we're giving people a little bit of the doubt.
And then also, with the thing we were saying off earlier, I was like, it's hard to leave sometimes a situation because you're so used to it. But like at the end of the day, it's like, okay, if I stay, I'm be hurt. If I leave,
Yeah.
I'm be hurt. But what's gonna make me better at the end of the at the end of the
Exactly.
day? And that's usually leaving the situation.
And 9 times out
it's
of
like it's gonna
10,
hurt. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt either way.
Yeah.
But at least at least 6 months from now, I'm be much better than I was if I stayed 6 months.
looking
in
at
this
yourself
situation.
in the mirror and you see
Yeah.
yourself just become, like you said, a shell of
Girl,
yourself.
my eyes are black.
Yeah,
I just couldn't,
it's
I was like, I
bad.
couldn't see me.
Yeah.
I mean, my hair was falling out. I had bags under my eyes. I looked terrible.
Who am I?
I lost 20 pounds. I was like, girl, get your fucking life
life
together.
together. For real.
For me, the red flag that said,
Like, girl.
the red flag that
Never
said
again.
you need to get out of it was when my body started to react to the
Yeah.
situation. Like I ended up with a rash on my leg. I ended up
Sweet.
developing shingles. I ended up having
shingles.
I had shingles at the age of 24 as a result of the stress from my relationship.
Yeah, girl. I had a
Wow.
big ass bald spot in my hair from
Yes.
Oh, well, see, my thing was when I was dealing with a relationship, I knew I was like, I used to have dreams. Like y'all know, I'm a very spiritual and energy person. I am. No, I really am. Like I don't. Like I be knowing. Y'all know I be knowing. I'll
be
call
knowing,
it. I be
okay.
calling
You be
it.
knowing.
Bree, don't do that. I'm gonna say, I will call a situation and be looking at y'all like this.
Bitch, I told you.
I told you. But I used to have dreams. Like my last relationship, I literally, every dream that he was in, it was us fighting and breaking up or him leaving and walking out. Literally, there was not one dream of this person that I slept with every night that had so much fun with that we were happy in
That was
these
positive,
dreams.
yeah.
That was positive. I would literally wake up.
That's your
and be-
mind playing out them
That's what
potential
I'm
scenarios
saying.
and nothing adds up to being positive.
But
Yeah.
like nothing added up to being positive, and those were the signs that I
Like a Marvel
kind of
movie.
like, I kind of disregarded. I'm like, it's just a dream, Freddy
biggie.
Krueger ain't real, but he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he was.
Shawty.
Stuff like that. So it was more of like, taking my power back was really about like, I gotta focus on Casey because I innately, like, I'm a family oriented person. I'm a friend oriented person. Like if I got something going on, like I'm the first one, like, y'all wanna go this, y'all wanna do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I'm the first person to do that. But sometimes I had to realize like some journeys you do gotta walk on your own. And once you do that and you blossom, then you can come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're always gonna have that you're always going to have that thing inside of you that's going to want to give back and want to make sure everybody's good for you. But if you are already broken and you've given so much before you even get to the full
carrying
goal,
that weight.
you can't do what you need to do. So that was my thing for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all know I like to play a little game. We're going to lighten up the mood a little bit.
Okay.
And, since we talking about black people and black women, all that good stuff, one of the games that I fell in love with is Black Card Revoked.
Maybe my car always stays.
And
I'm light tan, but I'm black. Come on.
you tan, but you black. And it's to me, it's one of the funniest games. It makes me tickle. It literally tickles me. So, guys, ladies, I have 7 questions here, and I have all correct answers. Okay, I have no majority rules. I have all correct answers.
Damn. Can we deliberate amongst each other?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Y'all want to be on a team or y'all want to be against each other?
Nah, black girls winning.
Oh, black girls winning. Here we go. All right. Black card revoked.
Okay.
Okay. According to Mama, what does it mean if your hand itches?
Oh, you about
A.
No. We need
A.
No. We
You
don't even
coming
need
into
them.
money, baby.
But people in the world don't know. Like,
Okay, fine.
they might want to play the game too.
Okay, fine.
All right. A, you got a debt to pay. B, you about to lose your hand. C, you need to wash your hands. D, you coming into some money.
Put that shit in your pocket, baby. You coming in some bread.
Okay, ding. You coming into some money.
Absolutely.
Correct. All right, next question. In what year did Cash Money Records take over?
The 99 and the 2000s.
Guys, hold on. A, 2001 to 2002, 1999 to 2000,
The 99s and the
C?
2000s.
1997 to
The answer is B,
1998,
Alex.
D, 2004 to 2005.
The answer is B.
2004 to 2005.
The answer is B, Alex.
99 to 2000.
The answer is B, 1999 to 2000. All right, next question. What does the word stop? What does the word thought stand for? A, the hoes of tomorrow. B, temporary hoe on time. C, that hoe over there. D, it doesn't stand for nothing.
That
Over there.
Ding, 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 ding. Another correct answer.
Tomorrow.
That's funny. That's funny. That shit remind me of like Tony
C
Stark.
is the correct
like
answer of that hoe over there.
Don't you be raising no of tomorrow.
All
okay?
right. I actually like
When
that
it's
better.
time for you.
I actually like that
I
better.
like the way it sounds.
All right.
That means it's our kids.
Right, it's our kids. Are we saying our kids is
No.
I don't know. All right,
might be,
cool.
though.
How many? Okay, the next question. How many fights did the Fresh Prince get into before his mom got scared? A, 5, B, 1, C, 2, D, 3.
I got that one little fight and my mom got scared.
It said you're moving with your auntie and Uncle in Bel Air. Hey, okay, cool. That is the correct answer. B, 1 fight.
We blackity black.
Blackity black. Well, at least our card isn't getting revoked today. All right, next question. How many movies did the rap Kid and Play act in together? A, 5, B, 3, C, 4, D, 6.
House.
Ooh. Okay.
right.
You said 3, 5.
Wait, I'll say it again.
Okay.
A, 5, B, 3, C, 4, D, 6.
I want to say 4 or 5, but
What is your
I'm
answer?
gonna go for A.
what was A?
5.
Okay, we go.
Don't
Y'all together?
Look, team. If you don't agree,
I'm gonna agree with my part. I'm going with my partner.
Ding, 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 ding. A5. Y'all remember House Party 5? House Party 5.
That's too
House Party 5 was when I thought they was the one in college and they had the Jimmy Jam.
Girl,
the only
they
one I
get mixed.
remember.
When it's that many, they get mixed up.
Only
No,
one
I love the
remember
house
was when they
party.
was in the house.
All
and
right,
they
last
said-
question of Black Card Revoked. All right. Before he was a member of the Nation of Islam, what was Malcolm X called? A, Young Slim. B, Little Red. C, Brother Harlem. D, Detroit Red.
Little
Probably Brother Harlem.
Red. No, it's one of the Reds. For sure.
One of the Reds?
'Cause he's
Okay.
Little Red.
Okay, Little Red then.
I
Sure.
think I want to say it's Little Red.
Let's go with Little
Wrong.
Big Red.
Detroit Red is the
Detroit. Okay,
answer.
Detroit. I know it's one of the Reds.
And that is our round of Black Card Revoked. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
I
Yo,
know it was one of the Reds.
They did really
Detroit
good.
Red.
And if you guys are at home answering the questions, let me know what your answers were to these questions too, so I can see if your Black Card got
Revoke your
revoked.
Black Card. Shit.
Well, they gonna lie.
So guys, I think this episode is great because a lot of us are struggling with figuring out how to protect our peace. And even a little game sometimes just to lighten up a mood helps with centering yourself, getting yourself back together, having fun with friends and laughing. That is one of the biggest things for me is to just laugh, have a good time. And sometimes even if that laughter is temporary, it does help. And it's also an active and productive and positive way to maybe get over those humps that you're having. Before we wrap up the show today, y'all all know I like to leave a message because I do feel like, I'm not an expert. You know what I mean? I'm not a doctor. All I know is that what we do here is give you guys our opinions and our experiences through the lens of Black women. And that does not negate what anybody else is going through. This is just our experiences. So I like to also leave a message to you guys out there. And I want to pose a question to you, Ellen and Bri. What would you lead to somebody that may be having trouble protecting their peace or don't know how to protect their peace and looking towards protecting it?
Listen to your body.
Listen to your
That's
body.
it. Listen to your body. She gonna give you all the cues you need to go.
And know that you are worthy. Know that you deserve all the happiness that you are seeking. Love you first, because you can't pour into anyone else if you don't take care of yourself.
This is second episode. She done had to pee. Like, girl.
Well, at least she waited to the end this time.
Oh my God.
Her little ass bladder.
This is like a bit. Like, Ella does not stay for the whole episode. Like, she would literally be here and I'm literally wrapping up, about to say goodbye to everybody, and now she goes to the bathroom. So we're just gonna pause on the play for a second and we're gonna wait till she gets back.
Well, I'm gonna finish my fucking sentence.
I thought you was finished.
Well, I wasn't.
Okay, go back.
You are worthy. You deserve all the happiness that you want out of life, and do not allow someone to take that from you. If you have to take a step back and be selfish and to make sure that you're good, do that, because you cannot pour into anyone else if you are empty. If your vessel is empty, if you're not happy, if you're not well, take care of you first, always, and do not feel bad about it.
Also, keep yourself honest.
Yeah.
Keep yourself honest. Like, the one person you cannot lie to is yourself. No matter how hard you try, no matter what you try to push down, no matter how self-conscious you try to be.
Come on here, girl.
Come back. So thanks again for y'all coming on the show. And if you guys have any questions, comments, and you feel a part of this, like I said, we're no experts. We're just here sharing our honest opinions about what we have gone through, what our experiences have gone through. But we also want to hear what y'all got to say. Like, be a part of the conversation, join the conversation. If you guys need help with any of this, I'm sure there's local support groups, local centers that you guys can go to get that extra support if you need it. But at the end of the day, do what's best for you. Again, we have Breona.
Hello.
We have
Gang,
Ellen.
Hey y'all.
And Daz It
Daz All.
Daz It Daz All is written by me, KC Carnage, and produced by myself and Barrio Dill. Associate producer, Bri Coorey. Assistant producer, Larissa Donahoe. Audio and video engineering and studio facilities provided by S.L.A.P Studios LA, with distribution through our collective for social progress and cultural expression, S.L.A.P the network. If you have any ideas for a show you want to hear or see, please email us at info@slapthepower.com. And as always, go to dazitdazall.com and sign up there to make sure you will never miss a thing. See you next show.